Zara had always dreamed of marrying into a loving family, and the Adebonyos seemed to fit the bill perfectly. When she first met Femi's relatives, she was overwhelmed by their warmth. His mother showered her with hugs, his father praised her accomplishments, and his younger sister couldn't stop asking her questions. But then there was Kunal. From the moment Zara stepped into the family home, Kunal's piercing gaze followed her every move. While the others welcomed her with open arms, he sat silently, arms crossed, his face hard as stone. She tried to greet him with a smile and a polite, "Good evening, Kunal," but all she got in return was a curt nod and a mumbled reply. "Why is your brother so cold?" Zara asked Femi that night. "That's just Kunal," Femi said nonchalantly. "He's always been like that, serious, distant. Don't take it to heart, he's had a rough time." Zara nodded, but the interaction left a sour taste in her mouth. Over the next few months, she made every effort to engage Kunal. She brought him his favorite snacks during family gatherings, complimented his work as an engineer, and even laughed at his rare jokes. But nothing seemed to thaw his icy demeanor. Her patience began to wear thin. Why did he seem to harbor such hostility toward her? The Adebonyo family loved their large, lively gatherings. At one such event, Zara found herself seated across from Kunal at the dinner table. She tried once again to include him in the conversation, mentioning a recent project she knew he was passionate about. "Kunal, didn't you just finish designing that bridge? Femi said it was a huge success." Kunal barely glanced up from his plate. "It's just work," he muttered. The awkward silence that followed was deafening. Zara could feel the eyes of other family members darting between her and Kunal. Later that evening, as she helped clean up in the kitchen, Femi's mother approached her. "Kunal isn't as bad as he seems," she said gently. "He's just guarded. Give him time." Zara forced a smile but felt frustrated. How much more time did he need? She decided then and there to stop trying so hard. If Kunal didn't want a relationship with her, so be it. It happened on an ordinary evening at the Adebonyo family's village home. Femi had left for a business trip, and the rest of the family was attending a community festival. Zara stayed behind to prepare dinner, enjoying the rare quiet. She was slicing vegetables when she heard a loud crash from the back of the house. Startled, she rushed outside and found Kunal sprawled on the ground, a heavy sack of tools beside him. His face was contorted in pain, and he clutched his arm. "Kunal, are you okay?" Zara asked, kneeling beside him. "I'm fine," he snapped, trying to push her away. "You're not fine," Zara retorted, noticing the swelling on his wrist. "Let me help." Kunal hesitated, then reluctantly allowed her to examine his injury. Together, they gathered the scattered tools and carried the sack back to the shed. Zara insisted he sit down while she fetched ice and a bandage. As she wrapped his wrist, Kunal broke the silence. "Why are you doing this, after the way I've treated you?" "Because you're family," Zara said simply. Kunal looked at her, his expression unreadable. For the first time, Zara thought she saw a flicker of something soft in his eyes. Later that evening, as they sat in the dimly lit living room, Kunal spoke again. "You probably think I hate you," he said, his voice low. Zara hesitated but nodded. "I don't understand why, though. I've tried to be kind." Kunal sighed, leaning back in his chair. "It's not about you, Zara, it's about me. My marriage ended badly a few years ago. My wife left, and I felt like a failure. When Femi introduced you perfect, smart, kind, I saw everything I lost. It made me angry, not at you, but at myself." Zara was stunned. She had never imagined Kunal's hostility stemmed from pain. "I'm sorry, Kunal, I didn't know, but pushing people away won't make the pain go away." Kunal nodded slowly. "You're right. I've been unfair to you. From that day on, Kunal began to change. He became more open, engaging Zara in conversations and even cracking jokes. He started attending family events with a lighter demeanor, and Zara noticed how much the family appreciated his newfound warmth. When Zara gave birth to her first child, it was Kunal who showed up first at the hospital with a bouquet of flowers and a teddy bear. He held the baby with a gentle smile and whispered, "Welcome to the family, little one." Over the years, Kunal became Zara's strongest ally. He offered advice, defended her when conflicts arose, and even became a doting uncle to her children. Reflecting on their journey, Zara realized that sometimes the hardest relationships could blossom into the most meaningful ones. All it took was patience, understanding, and a little kindness to melt the coldest of hearts.